Vegas, not on the Strip. There goes the monorail. We're headed to the Adventuredome today. But first we gotta make a stop. We gotta get some donuts. So we are walking to get donuts so we can burn off the sugar that we're going to consume. Pinkbox. Inside a bagel place, which had a giant line.
Lady tried to get us to buy 2 dozen.
Yeah, the lady was trying to get, we said 2. She goes, 2 dozen? No. Although we do have a walk, so why not? We're inside the Adventuredome. The donuts were okay. What did they taste like? Dunkin'?
It tasted
like Dunkin'. So.
Does this get us here?
Yeah, this is, I hope, $60 for an all-day wristband for the rides, I assume. It better include the rides. Yeah. It was $100 for the fast lane one. So we've got our S&S El Loco and a Aero custom looper. So looks like the S&S is up first.
What's it called?
El Loco. Canyon Blaster's the other one. So second level it is. Canyon Blaster didn't look like it, or El Loco didn't look like it was running, but it better be. There's the Aero over there.
Is it a hype?
No, it is not a hyper. Okay. You can see those damn loops over there. All right.
Oh, they're actual loops.
Yeah.
They're not the stock arrow loops.
No, that's the 90s track.
They're kind of some tornadoes.
Yeah.
Corkscrew was a little tough.
Yeah. They're not running the Aero anymore because nobody's online, so this is the off-ride I'm getting. Okay, so that's Canyon Blaster. We just got off of, and then we did El Loco prior to that. I think of the two, what do you think? Which one do you like better, Colin?
I don't know.
We did one ride on each of them. I prefer Canyon Blaster because I'm an Aero sim.
Beat the crap out of me.
They beat the crap out of Colin.
They've got
You gotta sit on the left side of the train.
they've got big juts that come out in the front row.
Yeah, they're I don't know if every car is like that, but in the front row, if you're sitting on with the thing on your right side, it kind of collides because of one of the transitions into the Corkscrew. I think into the Corkscrew. Yeah, then there's a little jut into the helix at the end, but otherwise it was a pretty good ride. Really, very super intense. It's pretty much like everything you love about Aero with the inversions. It's 2 loops, 2 corkscrews, so it's a double loop, double corkscrew model, custom looper I think they call it, like the Demon. I really enjoyed it. The El Locals always terrify me. I do have a fear of heights, but it doesn't bother me on roller coasters. But those extreme angles can get to me sometimes, especially like when you're going around a turn and there's like nothing below you. So that kind of gets to me, but otherwise El Loco was really good. There was a couple minor bump transitions, but the S&S El Locals are always fun. The one in Indiana Beach I like. I like the ending of this one better, where it has actually, you know what? The one here gives more hang time. The one at the end of Indiana Beaches is like a downward spiral, so I do prefer that, I think, over the hang time. But Canyon Blaster is my favorite right here. There is a log flume indoors too. I don't think we'll be doing that, but there's the El Loco. That is a fast chain lift too. So take note, Dollywood. That's how you do a high-speed chain lift. Waiting for the monorail. Got a $4 water.
largest convention centers in the United States, with 4.6 million square feet of meeting and exhibit space, welcoming millions of visitors every year. Hey, monorail riders, want to avoid the crowds in the street trying to get in and out of
That was awful, I must say. I didn't really have an answer for anyone who said, what is the worst roller coaster you've ever been on? That's it. Definitively, that is the answer right now.
Worse than Mind Blower?
Yeah, I would say that was worse than Mind Blower. Because everything on this is bad. The transitions, the airtime, the inversions. Mind Blower at least has a little bit of a redeeming quality to it. And now we're in New York. Inside the New York Hotel. Back from the day in Vegas here. I didn't film a lot at New York because Manhattan Express Big Apple Coaster, whatever it's called now, was awful. $25 a ride, so I think even if you need the credit, it's not worth it unless you're, just crediting to credit. But is it worth the credit? No, it's not worth, I don't even think it's worth $1. It's really bad. I think it's got Premier trains on it with the comfort collars, so it slams you around, it beats you around. In a bad way, not like an intense way. But from the Adventuredome, I talked about it a little bit already over there. Canyon Blaster was my favorite there. El Loco was real cool too, but I'm not the biggest fan of those models, the El Loco model. But it was cool. Those really weird, awkward angles really throw you off because they're not normal on any other roller coaster. It's sort of, it's comparable to like a Gerstlauer, I would say, in that sense, but I think it executes the steep angles much better, in my opinion. So, that was the day at the parks. Right now, I'm just getting ready to edit a video, or edit a thumbnail for a video. I'm not going to edit a video. And, yeah, I try to get that uploaded here tonight in the hotel. And pretty much, I'm meeting a buddy, so maybe I'll record a little bit of that. Of just we're going over to Fremont Street, so maybe I'll throw a little bit of that in there. But we stopped at the Hershey store at the New York Hotel, which was awesome. I got a little magnet. I think I already put it in my bag, but I have to get a magnet everywhere I go now. And I think it was good. I think best coaster of the day was Canyon Blaster, followed by El Loco, and then of course the big doo-doo coaster. The Doo-Doo Express, whatever it's called. So, thank you for watching the amusement park portion of the video. We will continue.